Here's one simple question that you can ask yourself to determine when to avoid a power struggle or when to stand your ground. Constant power struggles create stress for everybody and often result in a breakdown of the relationship between you and your child. And one of the toughest questions that a parent can ask is when do you stand your ground and continue to push your child to do something, and when should you simply give up and avoid a power struggle? Well, my answer is this, and it's simply by asking this one question. Is this a can't do or a won't do problem? In the process of getting my master's degree in conflict management, we were taught to simply approach problems by asking this: is this a can't do problem or a won't do problem? And the difference is this: can't do problems often involve asking people to do things that they do not have the ability or the prerequisite skills to do. And for that reason, they can't do them. Won't do problems, on the other hand, typically involve asking people to do things that they have the ability to do, they have the needed prerequisite skills to do, but they're simply choosing not to do it. And when addressing can't do problems, the solution is always teaching the person the skills that they need to learn, or making sure that they're learning the prerequisite skills that they need to learn in order to be able to follow through and do what they're being asked. Won't do problems, on the other hand, aren't about teaching, they're about motivation. The person already has the skills and the prerequisite skills to do what they're being asked. They just simply don't want to do that. And the problem that you can run into when you confuse the two is this: if it's a can't do problem and your child doesn't have the skills to do it, all the token systems and stickers in the world and promises to obtain something better once it's completed isn't going to help them at all. It's just simply going to frustrate him or her. And for won't do problems that are really about motivation, taking the time to teach your child what they already know how to do is just simply a waste of time, and you're delaying the inevitable by simply taking the time to teach them something that they already know, which is helping them to avoid what they need to do to begin with. So let me give you an example as it relates to homework, which can be a pretty touchy thing around our house. If I'm asking my son to do his homework, and we have simplified the problems on his homework as much as we possibly can, and we've also taught him how to ask for help when he needs it, or to be able to ask for a break when he needs one, then that is reasonable for us to expect him to follow through. And if he chooses not to, that's a won't do problem. He has all the prerequisite skills to do what's being asked. He's just simply choosing not to do it. And that's a power struggle worth engaging in, because our kids have to learn at some point to do what they're being asked to do. On the other hand, if my son has homework that he needs to do, and the problems are just simply too difficult or complex for him at his current academic level, and he hasn't been taught how to ask for help when he needs it, or to take a break when he's just becoming frustrated, then it's not going to be reasonable for me to anticipate asking him to follow through and complete his homework. And that's more of a can't do problem. Hey, listen, if you have any comments or questions, leave them in the section below. And while you're at it, subscribe to our YouTube channel.